in Abaco on the 3rd day of December. My birth month. I got a birthday coming up. Would the government of the Bahamas doesn't recognize that in Abaco, 90% of the people that were affected by Hurricane Dorian doesn't have access to news. And boy, if they had access to news and they had more than a D average in high school, they would be paying attention. But the young people in Abaco don't know. In most instances, don't give a hell. They see me come in the place with mask on, they laugh. But the people say, the last laugh is the loudest one. But I shan't laugh. What I'm trying to do is try to educate. When you see the news clip, whenever you do get news, that there's 3,100 people a day is dying in America. 3,100 a day. Then a staggering number came out this morning. I saw it somewhere that 200,000 people will be dead in America by February. 200,000. The business I'm in is scary because they say you could bring the virus in on your clothes. Something to pay attention to. And for the young Abaconians and the ones that disrespect in all the protocols, forget the Prime Minister, Abaco. He don't give a hell about y'all. What y'all need to do is give a hell about yourself. It's about you and your family. Boy, it's going to be interesting coming up to election. A lot of these candidates would not even be alive. You may pick them, but if they're not careful, they'll be dead before election. So the election is all changed. I don't want nobody to be coming up and visiting me. I'll call you. It's hard to campaign in such climate. But if you saw in House Assembly, the government of the Bahamas, the Prime Minister, couldn't keep COVID-19 out of the people's house. With all the doctors and information he has been quarantined a couple times. So far, I am lucky that I didn't have to be quarantined. But advice to Abaconians, it is a very lonely death, very lonely disease. You spend quality times thinking about where you're going to spend eternity. And nobody, not even the preacher, could come by your bedside. All of them is silent. So I see people saying that, oh, I'm protecting myself. One would say, oh, my husband is afraid of it. He doesn't come out. I said, but you gonna kill your husband because you're gonna carry it home to him. See, not one person has to protect themselves. All family members have to protect themselves. What is the sense of one set of the family being isolated and the other ones are up and down in clubs and bar and in the open and never protected themselves? That is like swimming against a riptide. You will eventually get sucked under. Everybody has to take precaution in Abaco. And boy, there's so many persons that are walking around that's asymptomatic and don't know. There are some that have the virus and they're still going into Maxwell's. They don't give a hell. It's a very selfish disease and people don't care. You have to care about yourself, Abaco. They say the numbers are down. How many places in Abaco that the government is giving free testing? They wouldn't know because they don't care. If that was the case, you'd have to pocket up to pay for your testing. The government would have places set up all over Abaco and the Family Islands to have free testing. Then they will know the true numbers. Then maybe the encouragement of the ready available testing for Abaconians will cause persons to come and check to see if they're a living timed bomb, just waiting on time. But my message to Abaco, when you see the great America that has all the wealth in the world, that 3,100 persons are dying every day in America, and 200,000 of them will be dead by February. Bahamas Air is going into Florida, one of the hot spots. Everybody's life is at stake. The people that fly on Bahamas Air, the flight attendant, and indeed the pilot. Nobody is safe from flying into a hot spot and bringing it back to Abaco. I showed you a couple weeks ago that the Mexicans are back. Direct flight, the question is, were these Mexicans that are now in Baker's Bay, were they tested this time? Because everybody knows that there was not one case of COVID-19 in Abaco before the Mexicans came ashore. And it's the direct example of the mismanagement by the competent authority, which is the Prime Minister, that allow them to sneak into Baker's Bay without any testing. And when we found out, when the world found out that there were cases of COVID-19 in Baker's Bay, the government never ever mentioned Baker's Bay. They keep saying Guana Key. Can't even speak the truth. That is because when the government is in the front and the back pocket of investors, the hell with the rest of us. It's all about the Benjamins. And this continues to happen. We are wondering when these 43 homes that were promised by Baker's Bay, when is the ground going to be cleared for these homes to start to pop out of the ground? Are we waiting on election? Is this going to be another attempt to try to bribe and buy the election in Abaco? I think not. Kai case, I will be on the ground, let you know all the crooks and all the cronies that are trying to buy your vote. Make sure when they come, know thy worth. How much is 5 years of suffering cost? Do not undersell yourself, oversell yourself. This is one of Kai case. You take the money from them. You take the turkey. You take the seeds, but you vote for Kai. The ones that giving you the turkey, they're jive turkeys. They're back in Nassau. Darren Henfield, the Minister of Foreign Affairs, give you the seed on Saturday. On Sunday, he's back in Nassau. We are still in this together. That is why Kai do this, to try to remind you of the crooks and the cronies that don't care. After hurricane, thousands is being killed. We still don't know the numbers. We still don't know the names. But yet, all Darren Henfield could offer is seeds for your backyard. Kai cares. I will not offer you turkey nor seeds. Not a handout, but a hand up. Kai cares. That's why he's here. On the 3rd day of December, alerting you of much danger to come with this COVID-19. If you do not protect yourself, you will be among the missing. Kai want to be amongst the living. Kai cares. That's why he's here.